Hi everybody, Andrew here from kwmwine.com. We're going to try Cline Family Cellars Live Oak Zinfandel from the 2017 vintage. So Cline Family Cellars are based in California, of course. Zinfandel being a key red grape variety in California as well. This is a single vineyard effort. It's named after the Live Oak Road, which is is on the ranch of Fred Cline and his family, and they've had vines on there for quite a long time, maybe 30, 40, 50 years or more. So these are sort of old vine Zinfandels and some of the best from the property. So Zinfandel itself is a grape variety which originated from southern Italy. It's known as the Primitivo in Italy. It made its way to California with the immigrants, and sort of the Californians have made it its own. So you tend to expect big, juicy, sweet flavours, a little bit of spice to it, and varying ranges of sort of coffee, chocolate, licorice, depending on oak treatment and that. So this particular one comes from a very hot region in California. The grapes here achieve very high natural sugars. This particular wine is a big wine. It's 15.5%. It's a real blockbuster. It sees 12 months in New York as well, so gets the best treatment. So we'll see what it looks like. It's fairly deep, not opaque by any means, but often it's the case you sort of think Zinfandel is going to be a really full-bodied wine. Often it's the case it's not. It's more medium to full-bodied colour-wise. It doesn't be as extracted as like a Syrah or a Cabernet or anything like that. So colour-wise a little bit lighter. Nice ruby, vibrant rim to it as well. And swirled around, there's a few tears in there too. Shows its sort of viscosity and sort of weight, I suppose, to it. And then tears that run down the glass gives you an indication of alcohol strength as well. So this you would expect to see some at 15.5% big wine. So immediately on the nose when you smell it, it's really waft. You almost get those sort of liquorous sort of flavours coming through, like a creme de mure or something like that. There, you can tell that this wine is coming from a hot climate. It's got quite a lot of alcohol in it, but it has a lot of sweet fruit, dried fruit in there, sort of pruny sort of notes, a little bit of like almost Christmassy cake sort of flavours. And there's almost there's probably a little hint of like volatile acidity in there, which comes through as that kind of nail varnish remover. I suppose you would see it more so in white wines like Sauternes and things like that, sort of sweet white wines. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It can add complexity and it can sort of blow off after with a bit of air as well. So yeah, it's quite an intriguing, interesting nose, really rich and sweet. So those flavours you smell in the nose, those dried fruits, come right through on the palate and just become richer, more Christmas cakey sort of flavours on the palate. You get quite a lot of grip to this. There's a lot of tannin actually in this wine. It's a big wine. There's big tannins. There's nice acidity which there cleans it out as well. You get the alcohol burn on the finish. Lots of sweet, pruny black fruits. A little bit of chocolate coming through in there as well. Not too spicy or anything, just maybe a subtle bit of spice in it. Big wine. It's got high levels of everything in this, so it needs big food to sort of match it. So like a real sort of dark roasted sort of rib of beef or something like that. There, sort of charred, almost charred barbecue flavors. Really strong meaty flavors will work really well with this, or even like say something like a chili con carne or something, those paprika notes and things like that could work quite well too. It's a sort of wine where it has that sort of slight off dry note as well, which would remind you of an Amarone out of Italy. So if you're into like your Amarones and things like that, those slightly more appassimento styles, the Cline Live Oak Zinfandel will be right up your street, and Zinfandel out of California will generally be right up your street as well, because they have that natural sweetness to them. So interesting bottle of wine. If you want to try what a sort of good Californian Cabernet or Californian Zinfandel tastes like, definitely give Cline Family Vineyard Cellars a go. It's not cheap, maybe high 20s a bottle, but you know, good wine never comes cheap. So there you go. Cline Family Cellars, Live Oak Vineyard Zinfandel from 2017. Remember, KWNY.com, place where taste matters. Cheers.